Welcome to Using the Matrix Editor, Part 2. We left off in matrix calculations, calculating the transpose of a matrix. So I'd like to go finish that list, finding the inverse and the determinant. They're found similarly. You just click on the button that says Inverse, and that brings you to this screen. You select the matrix of which you want the inverse, and let's say it's B. I click Calculate, and you'll notice the inverse is returned. There is also help for these screens. So remember that the inverse of a matrix is not simply 1 over the matrix. So you don't want to make that mistake. To define the determinant, it's the same thing. You choose the matrix you want the determinant of. You click Calculate, and recall that the determinant is a single value. It is unique to this matrix. There's also help for this, as there are for all matrix screens. I'd like to go back to the Matrix Editor, and from the Matrix Editor I'd like to go to the Save Matrix screen. I did that simply by clicking the back arrow. Now from this screen you'll notice that I have some options here. I can add another data set, I can edit a data set, I can remove a data set, or I can go to the calculations screen. So let's say I wanted to remove these matrices. I just highlight the one that I want to be rid of. I click Remove, and it'll ask me if I'm sure, just so that you can't accidentally erase it. You say yes, and it is removed. If I want to build a new data set, I simply click Add a Data Set. See, it opens up right to the place where I can enter a name, enter my data, and so it's pretty straightforward. And again, to enter the calculations, you simply go back to the home screen, click on Matrix Calculations, and the last option in the Matrix Calculations menu is the Matrix Solver, and I have a separate video on just the Matrix Solver using a sample problem from a book. And so ends your session on Using the Matrix Editor Part 2.